Hi, I'm Wade from Thoroughbred Diesel. Today we're going to be showing you Hamilton Cam's 19 to 24 Dodge Cummins 6.7 flat tappet conversion kit. All right guys, welcome back again to the land of high failure rates. Now unfortunately, the 2000 and 2019 Cummins did a complete redesign of the 6.7 engine platform. And I got to be honest with you, a lot of people will tell you for whatever the reasons is, to me it always comes down to two different things. They wanted the quietest motor that they could possibly get, and they also wanted to set the motor up for these ridiculous horsepower numbers that are coming out from the factory right now in all light duty engines. You're packing motors right now, peaking at 500 horsepower, 1,000 foot-pounds of torque, The setup for that is in the engine, and it's got to be stable. Well, two of the major upgrades that Cummins did to the 6.7 block in 2019 is they went to CGI, compressed graphite iron, and then they also went to the hydraulic style lifter setup. The hydraulic lifter, the hydraulic roller lifters in the 2019 Cams were absolutely problematic out of the gate. So what we're going to do in the first part of this video, we're going to talk about that failure, why the failure happened, and then we're going to show you Hamilton Cam's answer to that. So first off, let's look at these little hydraulic roller lifters that Cummins came out with. Now, two different failure modes here that you had. Number one, you had a hydraulic failure. The hydraulic failure inside of these hydraulic lifters are obviously a multi-piece unit. Multi-piece, we have higher failure rates. But with these hydraulic lifters, what you have is you have a failure of these components that will lead to a seizure inside of the bore of the hydraulic lifter, caused by a couple different things. You have the seizure. Today's oil qualities have got a whole lot to do with it. What's going into the oils, what the truck is producing and putting into the oils, it just leads to, these are very super tight tolerances. When you have these seizures inside of here, here's going to be the theme of this video today. When you have these failure rates that we're talking about, or these failure modes that we're talking about, guess what that leads to? Just like that, truck hammering. You increase the valve lash that you've got. So now you've got, it's called a 10,000 tolerance when the valve is in, when the push rod is in operation. Once you have seizure of this part hydraulically, let's call it, now it's an 80,000 tolerance. Guess what you get then? You got it. Truck is starting to hammer. They tried to make it quiet, they made it louder because they introduced a failure point. Then, your second failure mode that you have with the hydraulic roller lifters is you actually have a turning or a radial seizure, I don't know if I said that right, inside of the bore for the hydraulic lifter. You can see on the hydraulic lifters, they've actually got a little locating dowel, okay? There's obviously a reset cut inside the block that this rolls inside of. Inside of that recess, you're going to have, obviously, the hydraulic lifter is going to be traveling. I'll turn it right side up so you guys don't beat me up on the technicalities of it. Up and down inside of the bore, that's going to wear inside of that bore. That's going to increase the tolerance. That's going to allow this to move. Okay, this hydraulic lifter, when you move it, this radial arm, or this arm that goes through that the roller is on, just a little bit, a minute amount of pressure, and it pretty much just stops the roller. Let me go from the other side here. You can see I'm just barely touching that, and you can see that pressure that I'm putting on, that roller's not rolling anymore. You can see that failure inside of there that completely wore down that roller and flattened it out on the cam, and I'll show you the cam, what that does to the cam. But that is the one thing that I always show people when they come in and they look at these, and shout out to the guys at Hamilton Cams for sending us some of these to show these failure modes. You just touch that, I'm going to call it an axle for lack of a better word. You just touch that axle, the roller stops rolling. That is a bad part. That is a bad thing. Guess what you get there? That's right, we get the knocking again, increased tolerances. So let's look at the factory cam. So when you all are looking at me, on my left is going to be the factory cam. This is our Hamilton cam on the right. When we have the failure of these hydraulic roller lifters, you can see the galling, and you guys like to get down here in the comments and beat up on me on between polishing and galling. This is galling because you've got metal transfer inside of here. This is going to eat away at the lobes of this cam, not only with this, and the cam is basically trashed. So, you know, quite a few different things that can go wrong here. You've increased parts, you've tried to make a better mousetrap, and you've really, you've increased your failure rate. So let's talk about the Hamilton Cams kit, and let's talk about what they have put in this kit to overcome these high failure rates. All right, so enter our Hamilton Cams flat tappet conversion kit. So let's talk about all of the goodness that has gone into this kit. So first off, one thing I wanted to mention that I forgot to talk about when we talked about failure rates. A lot of these trucks, you talk about a 2019 to 2024 brand new Dodge truck. You've gone out, you've spent your hard-earned money on it. These failures, have seen a lot of these happen within 1,000 miles. Most of them 25 to 50,000 miles. Haven't seen a lot of trucks with tons and tons of miles on them, your 500,000 mile plus trucks that have not failed. But I think I talked to Zach over at Hamilton Cams. I think he said the longest they'd seen one go was 180, 200,000 miles, but it did have a failure. And the one thing about this is potentially a catastrophic engine failure. We always talk about fuel system failures here. Fuel system failure is going to cost you some money, and it sucks that it happens. But an engine failure is a completely different ballgame. So again, let's talk about the goodness that goes into the kit that you get from Hamilton Cams. And as we work through this, I'll try to process some of the old stuff off of here. So first off, inside of the kit, you are going to get a new cam. And I'm going to show you why this kit requires a new cam in here as well. Profile this cam. This is a 178-208 profile. This is an all steel cam. The 178-208 profile has been tested millions and millions of miles by Hamilton Cams. They use it from the 89 platform all the way up to this current platform that you see in this flat tappet conversion. This is a proven profile. This is going to get you this is as close to a stock profile as was able to be used here, but this is going to give you better drivability and it's going to give you increased efficiency in the engine just from the profile alone. Now, inside of the kit, you are also going to get adjustable rocker arms that are a upgraded set of rocker arms. Big thing with the rocker arms in the roller lifters is they were non-adjustable because of the hydraulic lifter system. You get a full set of rocker arms, both exhaust and intake rocker arms. These have increased oiling passages. The trunions on the rocker arms are DLC coated. They are made at an OE Cummins supplier and added to this kit. This is the best example of an aftermarket rocker arm setup that you're going to get inside this kit. Now, connected to the rocker arms, obviously you're going to have the push rods. Push rods in a stock truck are going to have a buckling strength of about 1,780 pounds. The Hamilton Cams push rods are over 4,000 pounds of buckling strength, so over double that. And these are a 4130 chromoly with 8130 ends on them as well. This is one of the best push rods you're going to be able to get. Again, these are adjustable now. So now inside this kit, you can pop the valve cover off of your truck. You can go in here and check the lash on it. We all know that lash is going to help you with your engine efficiency. It's going to keep the truck quiet. Needs to be done on a regular basis. But 10 and 20, it's one nice point that Hamilton Cams. This gets you back, even on these 6-7 trucks, get you back to the 10 and 20 thousandths valve lash that we've come to know and love from the Cummins light duty engines. Now, really the piece de resistance, the creme de la creme, is the tappets. So you've got a roller lifter, and then now we have converted over to the tappet. What's good about a tappet? This is a solid piece. Nothing to fail here. We don't have hydraulic failures that can happen here. They really did a lot for this tappet setup to make this live, okay? This is DLC coated, and this is micro polished. This is the best of the best. You can see no locating dowel inside of this. This is able to turn inside the bore so it can ride on these cam lobes and do what it's supposed to do. What we've seen in all the other light duty diesel engines that Cummins has produced. This can move and it can walk and it can do everything that it needs to do without galling up the lobes. and having a loss of tolerance in here, and we don't have to worry about that knocking coming back. We've got a upgraded part here that's going to get you down the road and going to get you into a reliable truck. So why do you buy a diesel truck? You buy a diesel truck for reliability. Okay, and what we've seen in the 21st century, more and more things have popped up in light duty diesel engines that have made us lose a lot of the reliability of these engines. It's a beautiful thing about the aftermarket and what we're doing here. We're able to provide you all with products that are going to keep your trucks on the road and keep you rolling. And the guys that like Hamilton Cams, they have so much pride in these products, and it is a source of their life joy that you all are able to keep the trucks running. I want to say one little thing. I tried not to harp on oil in this video. This is something that Zach and I talked about. But one thing that they did find in Hamilton Cams and all the testing that they have done, they have found that Valvoline 1540, the premium blue, is the best oil that they're finding on these cams. If you're running in cold weather, the premium blue 5W40 is what you want to switch to. But really nothing takes the place of regular oil change intervals. You've got to change your oil, guys. It doesn't matter if you're driving an 89 Cummins. You're going to have to do it in a 2025 Cummins as well. You've got to change your oil at the specified intervals to keep that engine alive. These parts, these are going to keep you on the road. And if you have any questions about Hamilton Cams, about your 19 plus truck, or any of these things, please give us a call. We really appreciate you watching. I know this is kind of a longer version of an unboxing, but this is a great product. And if you got one of these trucks, we definitely suggest that you get yourself one. So if you need anything, just give us a call. Thanks for watching.